Okay, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market. Let's switch over to the Dow Jones Transportation. We'll start with that first, like we always do here. We get over to the daily chart, daily, and still just tracking sideways. Daily chart, just doing this stuff right here. It's trying to get something going, but not much happening here on the Dow Jones Transportation. Just tracking sideways there. Let's look at the Russell 2000. Same thing. Same thing. Tracking sideways. Let's see if the daily chart is on this. Yeah, all the way out here, September 23rd. So big failure there. The Russell 2000 having a hard time getting going. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Definitely better. And you'll see the same thing on the S&P 500, getting some nice momentum going on there. Price is going up pretty good. And, you know, this is moving pretty aggressively. So, NASDAQ exceed 19,500 would be like the first area where you'd see resistance. You can just tell by where the candlesticks are. And the next one basically would be this 20,000. So those are two big resistance areas just looking at this chart organically, okay? All right, let's go over to the Nike 225. We'll use the futures. Let's see what's going on in their market. Yeah, nice little rebound going on here. I don't think I have a daily in here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Big old cycle. Goes way out there till November 4th. So right around the election here in the United States. But yep, big bounce going on. Well, not a big bounce, but a bounce going on here. And same thing here. You're going to see 38,000-ish be an area where there's resistance, and then 40,000 will be the next one. So you can just tell by looking at where the candlesticks are at that those will be the biggest resistance areas for that to get through. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that as we move forward. For those who might be trading the Japanese market, let's look at the Japanese yen. We'll look at the US dollar too. Japanese yen kind of cooled off here. Big run up, little pullback, but now just doing this. So the Japanese yen is still very elevated. You know, if you listen to the media, and the NBC, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, all these clown shows filled with a bunch of leftists. Yeah, I said it. They're leftists. They're jackwads, and they'll tell you, "Oh, the Japanese yen it's falling. You know, things have normalized." No, it hasn't. Look at this. You call this normalized? It's way up here, elevated. You know, don't listen to the idiots, man, because they'll lie to you every day. That's their job, is to lie. Let's switch over to the U.S. dollar. Big crash, bang, boom going on here. U.S. dollar from way up here to 106, and now we're down here right around 102-ish. And today was another big down day. 0.72 in range, almost all of it pretty much down. And the U.S. dollar looks like it's hurting. This thing is hurting. And September 22nd apparently is some type of cycle low. But these cycles, this is a monthly cycle. Never mind. That cycle ain't much better. I'm not sure what that is even for. Let's erase this. These cycles don't look right. Let's do some cycles on here real fast. See if I can find some type of cyclical pattern. Yeah, kind of like right there. That one works. There, and there. Okay. So we got ourselves a decent cycle. I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to find a better one because sometimes there is a better one. But that goes out to October 13th. So again, out there in the autumn. All right. So that's the cycle for the dollar. And so far, this thing just looks like it can't get anything going on here. Yikesies. US dollar, I think, like I said before, over the next few years, I think US dollar is going to potentially fall below 70 bucks. I just don't see how the United States is going to get out of $35 trillion in debt. It is going to come home to roost. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500 and see what's going on there. Of course, we'll use the futures to see what's happening there. Today was a big, massive up day. Really powerful update, almost 94 in range, 93 and 3/4 up here. Big old green day. I forecast this to be a down day. Got that wrong. I didn't trade it, but huge impulse. We'll look at the intraday charts here in a moment and see where the trades of the day were. But yeah, this was a big, significant update. So that's a pretty aggressive move. It just looks like there's room for this to go still a little bit here. Yesterday, it looked bad. When I looked at this yesterday and saw these two little candlesticks and it going nowhere, I really thought, wow, the market's in trouble. But today was a big, big day. And the market just on one day can start looking a little bit different, and it definitely does. So 5,500 right here. I always said I didn't think it'd get above 5,600, which is kind of a big resistance spot. So we'll see what it does. Can it get up here another 150 points? Yeah, maybe. But there's a lot of damage done here, and I think we might see that and then some failure. Right? I don't know if it'll really get enough momentum going to really get up here strongly again on the daily chart. And we have to keep that in mind that the daily chart is in negative territory and momentum. My gosh, we haven't seen that, in 4 or 5 months. So a long time. All right. So a big up day. Not enough for me to say the damage is repaired by any means and whether or not we're going to get to 5,600. I still think 5,600 is going to be a difficult spot for it to get through. All right, let's take a look at the intraday chart, see where the trades of the day were. All right, this is the 5-minute chart, and we're looking at the entire 24-hour period. Started way over here. I think futures hasn't quite closed yet for the day. It's going to close here pretty soon. It's 3:35. They close at 4 o'clock. So not a whole lot of trading going on here for the last 25 minutes as the intraday market's closed. So we're looking at pretty much the entire 23-hour period that futures are open. And this was 5 o'clock last night over here, 5 p.m. And then, as I said, right now it's about 3:35 the next day. So where are the trades of the day? And there's two big spots, obviously, that show up here. If you really wanted to get serious about it, yesterday at 5 o'clock, even though it's kind of hard to see over here, this when the 5-minute chart went into positive territory, way over here. Okay, and pretty much stayed there all through the night, slowly making its way up, just slowly making its way up, all the way till about just before the London market came in. London market really starts trading at 2 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. right in this area. Okay, but that was a nice little run up there from about 50, let's see, is this 75 area? 70, 75 area, all the way up to 5,400. 25-point run. That is really nice overnight. Okay, there's been a lot of opportunities to trade, but we're going to talk about the two spots on this chart that were really the big opportunities. Okay, that really stand out. Let's stretch this out here. Bring this back over here. Now, the first big opportunity was here, 5:20 in the morning. Okay, 5:20 my time here in Texas. Get the plum candlestick, get us plus indicator says, hey, I think there's a trade coming up here. And I keep repeating myself, but it's worth repeating. That is, if you want to make some money, you need to be up pre-market. You need to be up early in the morning. A lot of times you'll catch the best part of the day and get the biggest swings and make the biggest profits if your entry is really early in the morning. This one came super early at 5:20. Okay, so you can see that this is heading down at this time, right? We're right here on the SMI. It's way down here. Momentum's going negative. Okay, so you're not going to trade, take this position right here at this point, right? You're not going to do that. That's insanity, right? Because it's already very, the price has already come way down and the SMI is already sitting at the bottom. So you wouldn't take the trade exactly at this point right here. You'd wait to see, does the SMI curl over? Does it begin to go up? Does momentum begin to cross? And it does, like about an hour later it happens, right? So whenever you're getting these signals, it depends what's going on at the time you get the signal. Okay, sometimes you got to be a little patient to make an entry. Sometimes you can do it right away. You have to understand the difference. Okay, in this particular situation, I would not have entered this trade with the SMI below the zero line and still going down, because I know there's not a lot of room down, at least temporarily, for there to be profit, right? Because more likely the price is going to bounce. But what I would do in this situation, because this is going negatives, I'd take a good hard look at the 15-minute and the 1 hour charts. I'd want to see, are they signaling, negative momentum? Because if they are, then this 5-minute, if they look like they're going to be heading that way, and a lot of times they're not, the 5 minutes is going to be way ahead of the 15-minute and 1 hour chart, right? So you got to keep an eye on all three of those charts, and even the 2 hour chart for that matter, because this could have kept going, right? This could have stayed negative the whole day. Could have been down in here, just stayed negative, but it didn't. And that's what you're going to be, the thing you have to analyze as you're paying attention to the charts. Okay, in this case, it rolled over and came up, and momentum crossed over and started heading up. That's when you know you can get into the trade. Combination of these two, plus the GETUS Plus indicator, lets you know about how you're going to time this trade, okay? And you're going to get in the trade somewhere over here in this area as it begins to curl up. Okay, if you want to be super safe, you would have done it probably about right here, right where these two little candlesticks are, just as it crossed over back down here on the momentum, and it starts going north, okay? And we could ballpark this from about 53.80 if you really want to be super conservative, all the way up to 54.20. Oh my goodness. So what is that? 40 points. 40 points if you're up in the morning paying attention. 40. Okay, that's $2,000 on one E-mini, and that's $200 on one micro. I'm telling you guys and gals, you got to know when to be up to be doing trading, okay? So that's one area of 40 bucks. 40 points. Yeah, 40 bucks. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which happens if you missed the first one, you had an opportunity again at 7:20 a.m. This is true pre-market here for the U.S. right around this time. Okay, and how to make this trade? SMI is way up here. Okay, but momentum is positive, and it's hugely positive. It's like gap positive. All right. SMI makes a little dip, but doesn't go anywhere. It just stays along this line. Oh, that's an entry. So somewhere in this area, you can make your entry anywhere along here, because the SMI never went below. It just stayed at the top line. Okay, it never came down. See how it came down over here? It never came down in here. Never happened, right? It never came down. That's an entry. Momentum's going this way. Just enter. Okay. And if all you did is go from 5,400 to 5,420, you made 20 points, which is $1,000 on the E-mini. I used to trade this all the time. When I was trading heavily in the market, I'd make these trades all the time. $1,000, boom, done. Okay, if you really were mature about this trade, you would have stayed in it, because momentum was super strong. Look how strong this momentum is. You just don't get out of this. You just stay in it. This is going to challenge you for sure, but just stay in it. All the way up to 54.50 area. Okay. So now you're talking 50 points. Okay. And momentum's what's telling you to stay in the trade. Momentum's telling you to stay in the trade. Even over here where it dipped, momentum was way high. Everything was still high the whole day. Right? 50 point. Oh my goodness. That's $2,500 on one contract and $250 on a micro. Okay, there are your two big trades of the day. You had 50 points over here, and you had 40 points back over here. Okay, that's just insanity. There's so much money made today, it was crazy. Right, 90 points for the trading today if you were paying attention. That's $4,500 on one contract. So the opportunities in the market are definitely there. Lots of opportunity. Today was a huge day. No reason not to make a lot of money. And the GETUS Plus indicator, once again, it's been doing this for like 3 years now. This GETUS Plus indicator has just been. This GETUS Plus indicator is it's worth so much money. It's an excellent indicator. Yes, I developed it. The thing its timing is quite often very good about approximate time to enter into a trade. All right, those are your trades of today. $7.99, guys, is the membership to join my my service. You saw how much money this GETUS Plus indicator today is making people. With the membership, you get streaming charts, the S&P 500 streaming charts. You get this one, the 5-minute. You get the 15-minute. You get the 1 hour chart. You get the cycles in the 1 hour chart, which are usually very good. You also get the same exact streaming charts for gold, So when you join, just ask me on the Discord server where the streaming charts are for gold. I'll give you the link. The instructions are in the description of this video, and so is the link to join the Discord server. There's premium symbols that get put up to the server every day, so you can get those. Every night, a nightly email goes out Monday through Thursday. You get 5 different charts in that email. You get the S&P 500 daily and weekly, and you get 3 2-hour charts that really help keep your direction. There's a directional indicator on there that tells you to stay short or tells you to stay long. Great for swing trading. And of course, intraday traders can look at it too and get a sense about which way direction the market's moving. Okay, so that's 5 different charts. I always give my opinion about what I think the market's going to do in that nightly email. So really good email every night. Okay, there's so much value to this membership on the Discord server. $7.99 is extremely good value. Membership's going to pay for itself most likely if you're just patient. Okay. Most people find that out. They join, the membership pays for itself. They stay, they stay as members. All right, super simple. Today was an awesome day. Lots of money being made in the marketplace. Gold has been on an absolute rampage. It's way up around, I think, I'm trying to look at gold. I think it's way over 2,500 right now. Gold's just been ripping. I think it's set up like 2,500. Yeah, we can take a look at gold real quick. I'm looking at it across my office here. Let's just look at gold real fast here. See what's happening with gold. Daily chart. Yeah, look at this gold sitting up here at 2505. Monster, man. Gold's just been ripping. Look at that. Wow. As you can see, gold has its cycles on it too. And there's an hourly chart for gold as well, and it has its cycles on there. So, you know what? Take a look at hourly cycles, show you what the members get to see. Okay, so here's the hourly cycles on gold. Okay, right now it's projected to start probably coming down here just a little bit. Okay, way over here. So tonight I'll put in the timestamp for when this cycle is going to end. Here was the previous one. Okay, look at these cycles, man. Look how good these cycles are. Look at this, down into here, over here, down here. Look at this one, down into here. A little something right here into this one came down for this cycle low. Okay, so there's these cycles in gold. This one was very strong. Little nothing, then take off. Just like the S&P 500, this is exactly what you get in the streaming charts, S&P 500 and gold. You get the hourly cycles and the hourly charts. I make a lot of money using the hourly cycles. It's just, okay. You can trade coming up out of the cycle, or you can trade, you know, in some cases down into the cycle low. Just depends what momentum is doing. Okay, momentum right now is very positive. So guess what? I'd be trading to the long side in gold during positive momentum, right? So as you can see, momentum here was making its way up, right? It was starting to come up. So out of this cycle over here, guess what? The chances are I'm going to go long. And sure enough, it was a huge run. 100-point run in gold, right? So these are the type of things you get to have when you become a member for $7.99 a month. I mean, it's an absolute bargain, okay? Thousands and thousands of dollars made here are going to easily pay for the membership, right? All right, that pretty much covers it for today. Hope everybody had an awesome day of trading. There's going to be a lot more opportunities in the market coming up. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.